तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ जयन्ती मंगलकाली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवधात्री स्वाहा स्वदा नमोस्तुते। ॐ शांति शांति शांति। Sairam Lin, Sairam from Malaysia.
Sairam Sharma, Sairam from New Zealand. Thank you, Bhagwan, ever so much for allowing Sharma and I to share this supreme story of your glory. And greetings to all of our listeners. We do appreciate your comments so very, very much, and we endeavor to give each one of them an answer in some form. Now, today's topic is the supreme power of Swami's Padukas. For our Western listeners, if you do not know what a Paduka is, it is like a ceremonial sandal. I can describe it like that. They are usually made of silver, and they are in the shape of a foot, with a sort of a in between where the big toe is and the next toe, there will be like a little pillar. So these are not sandals that you would necessarily walk in. They are sandals that Swami would place his feet in and charge them up with divine power. Now, the feet of the Guru, the feet of Swami, are very, very supercharged with his energy and power. And it is said in some of the scriptures that the reason the avatar's feet are so powerful is that, first of all, they are the part of him that is in contact with Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth. And so wherever the avatar walks, he is charging the earth with his divine presence and healing it. And bearing in mind that Swami is the 10th avatar to visit this planet, starting with, there are 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu, starting with animal or fish forms. These were appearing in the world in very, very ancient times. No need for me to go into the stories at this point. You can simply Google the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu. The ones who would be most readily known to non-devotees or Westerners might be Lord Rama and Lord Krishna. These also were great incarnations of Lord Vishnu. And don't forget, Lord Vishnu is the CEO managing the affairs of the universe. He's what keeps things on an even keel. Once creation has begun, it is the aspect of God known in India as Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, who keeps things running. The supreme CEO, as we would say in the Western world. Now, the Padukas, therefore, or ceremonial sandals, once Swami had stepped in them, became supercharged with his divine energy. And they exhibited various attributes or traits. There were several occasions during when Swami was in his physical form where there were actually Paduka ceremonies in the ashram where people could bring a pair of these silver sandals and sit with them respectfully in the Kulwant Hall, and Swami would walk past them. Now, he didn't put his feet in every pair of them because it would be hundreds of pairs, but he would walk along and bless the Padukas. I can't remember how many times this ceremony was performed, but I do remember seeing invitations to attend it. Now, I have seen several experiences myself with Padukas. One of them was in an interview room. I have described it in another talk, so I will briefly touch on it, where Swami had taken some doctors into the private interview room, and a Fijian gentleman in our group took out a pair of Padukas and placed them on Swami's foot cushion. Swami came back into the room, saw the Padukas there, and slipped them on, and I was sitting at his feet, and I watched him literally wiggling his toes up and down, just like keys on a piano. I was mesmerized by this because I could see little sparks coming out of his toes as he was charging up these sandals. And ever after that, the gentleman told me the Padukas exuded the most beautiful fragrance of jasmine, scenting the air all around them with this divine fragrance, which would send you into bliss. Another incident was a friend of mine was a student at a Ramakrishna school, and a pair of Swami's Padukas were loaned to the Ramakrishna monks who ran the school. They called my friend up, he was only 7 years old at the time, and told him, "These are the Padukas of Sri Sathya Sai. Please worship them." The little boy said, "No, I will only worship my Lord Sri Ramakrishna." And he ran back to his room and settled himself in front of his little altar, meditating on the photo of Ramakrishna. Suddenly, the photo of Ramakrishna changed into a laughing Swami, and the little boy was completely freaked out, running to his teacher saying, "The picture of Ramakrishna has turned into this guru with big hair and an orange robe. He's smiling at me." And they said, "That is Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and these are his Padukas. Please worship them." From that moment on, the boy became the devoted follower of our beloved Bhagwan. In one more mind-blowing incident, I was the guest of a certain Siddha Purusha Kshatriya. This is not a yogi, this is not a Swami, this is a highly evolved divine being. He owned a beautiful pair of Swami's Padukas, and these were not sandals, these were the entire silver cast of Swami's feet. I have a photo which I will provide to Sharma. And this Siddha Purush had this loving desire to create a small ashram for Swami. And we were sitting with him and said, "How are you? You are a humble man. How are you going to possibly find the funds to start this little ashram that is your dream?" He said, he just put his head down quietly, and he said to my husband, "Please go to the case where the Padukas are in about 10 minutes. And because these silver Padukas were housed in a glass case. And I can tell you that whenever the lid was removed, they emitted the most divine fragrance of Amrit, thousands of flowers. So we waited a few minutes and simply meditated on Swami. Then after a short time, the Siddha Purush motioned my husband to go and look in the box. There in the box were stacks of freshly minted rupees. They were still bound with a band around them, and they were all in perfect order of the numbers. What are they called? The issuing numbers. They were in perfect order. It was as if they had been firstly just suddenly released from the mint. And it was exactly the amount of money that was needed to start the ashram. And indeed, the Siddha Purush asked my husband to count it, which he did. This is just a taste of the glory of Bhagwan. I can only say that I look forward to sharing more of what we call the mind-blowing stories of his divinity, to which we were so privileged to witness. Our love to you all. May Swami be with you forever and ever, and shower his grace upon you all. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Om Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Raksha Sai Ishvara. Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishvara Arpanamastu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.